buddy. Lights in my face. But is everyone ready? Is everyone excited?
Yeah.
We're going to learn about flight. All right. So that's what we're going to learn. But the first thing I want to do is you guys are going to look very different after the show. So first thing I'm going to do is take a nice little before picture. All right, there we go. And we're going to take an after picture right after the show. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the Liberty Science Center.
Yeah.
Hello. I said hello.
Hello.
Hi. My name is Bill.
Hi, Bill.
Bill. I just got a new drone. And I want to fly it.
Do it.
Do you have a drone?
No.
I have a drone. Do you have a drone?
Well, we're part of America.
I have a drone. Do you have a drone?
I do not have a drone.
I have a drone. Well, I need to find a place to fly it, so I'm just going to place this right here. Right back here. Now, I need people to count it down with me. Right? Are you going to be that proud?
Yeah.
Okay. Ready?
Yeah.
3,
3,
2, 1.
Billy!
Mom! I'm trying to play with my new friends!
Well, I spent a lot of money on that flying doohickey thing, so don't you break it. You're not allowed to fly that thing until you read all the instructions. Do you hear me?
But Mom, I'm 30!
You don't but mom me that you read all the instructions or it goes back to the store.
Yes, Mother.
Dang kid, 40 years old and still living at home.
Alright guys, just give me a second. I'm going to have to read these instructions. Congratulations on your purchase of a flying doohickey 5000. Long as man dreamed of soaring through the sky, and now you can too. After you first understand the physics that made flight possible. What kind of instructions are these? It has taken centuries and the work of many great men and women to achieve this dream. One of the first to seriously study the idea of human flight was Italian inventor, painter, and epic beard grower, Leonardo da Vinci.
Ah, yes! It is I, Leonardo da Vinci.
Leonardo da Vinci! Are you here to tell me about my drone?
No, kid. I'm here to brag about my accomplishments. In 1490, I developed plans for an aerial screw. Observation hit me and inspiration while I was observing tree seeds fall to the ground. Much like this. Watch as the propeller slows its fall and helping it land to the ground. Inspiration also struck me while observing toys from China. Much like this one. As I turn the handle, it spins the top. And if I spin it fast enough, it'll lift off into the air. Like this. Now, my aerial screw was a much larger design. It was made of wood and silk. And in the center would be 4 men turning the crank. Now, I knew that air wasn't just empty space, but was in fact made of matter. So as those 4 men turned the crank, it would push the crank down and push it up into the air along with the 4 men.
Okay, so where is this aerial screw?
Well, I never actually built it, but hey, I got a lot of other great designs. I also observed bats and owls in the wild, and that helped me make the design for my ornithopter. Now, this isn't my original design. That had a 33-foot wingspan. But you get the idea, and you said you wanted to fly, so give a demonstration, kid. Flap those wings.
I just wanted to fly my drone, really.
Get that ridiculous outfit off that boy this instant!
Who dare interrupt the great Leonardo da Vinci during a demonstration?
I know a man, actually.
Great! Oh, please. It is I, Isaac Newton, English physicist, lover of apple trees, and a true genius that made powered flight possible.
Oh, whatever, Isaac.
Now, given those absurd wings, man could never have enough power to defy gravity and lift off into the sky. And as for that screwy idea, that's equally absurd.
Oh, come on.
Okay, so now you can fly my drone?
Just keep reading those instructions, kid.
Man. Okay, here we go. One of the most important scientists of all time, Isaac Newton, made several important contributions to the world of physics. Among his works are the laws of gravitation and the 3 laws of motion. Understanding gravity and how an object's motion is affected by force would prove critical to the development of powered flight.
I could not have said it better myself. And while all 3 of my laws of motion are necessary for flight, it is really my 3rd law of motion that best explains lift.
So does everybody who gets a drone have to go through this? That's about it.
Now, that 3rd law of motion states that for every action, there is an equal but, and I cannot stress this enough, opposite reaction. Perhaps a demonstration. Da Vinci, come stand over here. Make yourself useful.
Okay. All right, sir. Dazzle us.
Now, I have a useless mass here in the form of Leo. Now watch what happens when I apply a force to the mass.
What? Hey, now, you just pushed me.
Did everybody see that?
Yeah, you just pushed me.
Yes? Yes, I did. And you moved away from me. That force moved you away from me, but it had an opposite reaction because I myself was also pushed backwards. But perhaps we could demonstrate this a different way.
A way that doesn't involve hurting me.
Now, here on the ground I have something common in my day, a rocket launcher. And when I step on this air bladder, it will push air up into the rocket, which everybody, at least in the first 1.5 rows, can see is hollow. Now, there's not enough room in the rocket to fit all the air I'm going to put into it, so eventually it must leave the rocket out the back. The air leaving out the back of the rocket is the action, and the equal but opposite reaction is the rocket will hopefully be launched safely into the audience. All right, little Billy, let's launch some rockets. And you know what? I think it's so easy you can even give it a try, Da Vinci. All right, now I think you all had some practice earlier counting down. We're going to try that again. We're going to start at 3, 2, 1, launch! And there is my 3rd law of motion in action. Now, perhaps we can now demonstrate this using a flying machine.
Oh, my drone!
Even better! Now, there is no wind in here, so you will have to supply some by running up and down this theater aisle you have in your room. All right, give us a run. Look at that, everybody! Amazing! Even though he was no longer holding the kite, it stayed up in the air. It defied gravity. It had lift. Please give us another run back.
Paying too old for this.
Look at that! Amazing!
Yay.
Now, the kite is essentially a large wing, and as air strikes it, it moves down at an angle. That air moving down at the angle is the action, and the equal but opposite reaction is the wing or kite is lifted up into the air. And ladies and gentlemen, that is how powered flight is possible.
Not so fast.
Yes! Daniel Bernoulli! Daniel?
Hey, kid, I think if you keep reading your little pamphlet over there, you'll see who really got this whole flight lift thing figured out.
I have a beard. Fine. Another important contribution to the foundation of powered flight came in 1738 from Swiss mathematician, physicist, and wearer of fine wigs, Daniel Bernoulli. That would be the year he would publish the Bernoulli Principle, among other works.
You can stop right there. The Bernoulli Principle flows right off the tongue. And a principle doesn't sound as snotty as, say, a law. You see, I discovered that air that's moving faster has a lower pressure than air that is moving slower. So for example, if you take an airplane wing or a helicopter rotor like on little Billy's head over there, you'll see that it's not flat, but it is in fact curved. And that curvature makes the air that goes over it move faster, decreasing the pressure that's above the wing, meaning the pressure that's beneath it is higher. So that higher pressure moves towards that lower pressure, taking the wing up with it, and that is how flight works.
Ha! I laughed mockingly at you and your principle there. Absurd. Besides, everybody knows that my third law of motion had lift figured out before you came along.
But I think I was the first.
Oh, shut up, Da Vinci.
Perhaps a demonstration then? Come here, little Billy. You're going to take this wind blower here, and this is going to be our wind. You can plug it in right over there. And this is going to represent our wing, and we are going to make the ball fly even when it is not directly above the leaf blower.
Should have asked for baseball and made her go. It works.
It does, good. Now just kneel down right there and hold it straight up and turn it up. Excellent. Let's give a round of applause for this young lad. And of course, a round of applause for the Bernoulli principle.
Okay, so now can I fly my drone?
How does it work, you ask? Oh, don't worry, I'll tell you. You see, this ball right here is curved just like the wing. So that curvature makes the air above it lower in pressure, and then the higher pressure takes the ball up with it. And that is how we make the ball fly.
This is ridiculous! No. Every single thing we just saw can easily be explained through my third law of motion.
Give it up already and lose that ridiculous wig. You look like a Muppet.
How dare you! You're one to talk, you silly twink. What is
Get
that
out of
you're
it!
wearing?
Get
Now
I
I
got
start
the
teaching my law of motion times 3.
That's enough out of the three of you! Should be ashamed of yourself, coming to a stranger's house and making so much ruckus. You all helped with the development of flight. Da Vinci, you made some observations about some flying animals in nature. And as for the two of you, you use different methods to essentially explain the same thing. How airplanes and helicopters fly. So different method, same conclusion.
But how can we both be right?
Yeah. Because if you use super complicated math, you get the same thing.
Alright.
She's right, guys. Let's agree no single person was impossible to make powered flight happen. But it took a bunch of us, many men and women over many centuries to make powered flight happen.
Oh, I feel like such a jerk.
You should. You are a jerk. But so are the rest of us.
Okay, so now can I fly my drone?
I think we owe it to little Billy to make his first drone take off, go out in style, with all the principles that we learned, of course.
That sounds like a great idea.
And I think these toilet paper cannons are
But who's gonna clean this up? Because I'm not.
We'll figure that out later.
The first good idea you've had, Bernoulli. Alright, you guys all ready?
Yeah.
Alright.
Alright, you all learned how to count before. Let's do that again. We're gonna count down in 3, 2, 1.